Jesus, yeah.
I understand for that fun.
I wish I did.
But here we are and ready. Excuse me, members, I'm waiting for you.
We're ready.
To show me that we are ready.
We're ready.
Look at our notes.
We're ready. Ready.
Are you counting me down or what are you doing?
Count her
It's
down.
already rolling, so when you're
we just started.
all this is on gonna show.
3, 2, 1,
Okay, I thought you were going
let's
to
go.
say something. Okay.
Lights, camera, action.
Yeah, that is what I thought was going to happen.
Camera, action.
Hello and welcome back to another episode
Sorry,
of
it's me. You were saying, BB, say something. And you're sharing the same mic.
In BB's voice.
Lights, camera, action.
I know a city full of people like you and I, a shiny town called Dancing Lights. And if the newsman makes your heart skip a beat, you're welcome here. Come over and help yourself. When every fool is a self-help salesman, making too much sense, but
Hello and welcome back to another episode of
PPJA.
Yeah.
You've just been accusing BB of A-ing himself.
But I always A.
What do you?
Yeah, literally.
I don't do A.
That's TM, right?
It's like
you had a
I
frog in
think
your
that's
voice.
true, yeah. Because I think because another man was sizing up, so I had to like size
You
up.
size up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
We must
Size up is
How are you
diabolical.
guys doing? What's
Great.
going on? How are you doing, Joe?
It's Friday.
Yeah.
A long week. I'm excited.
You had a long week and you're excited.
Yes,
End
the
of a
end
long
of a long
End of a
week.
long
Yeah, so I'm
week.
excited.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Friday is
What
the best
week?
part of the weekend
Yes.
because
The
everything is still ahead. The
anticipation.
anticipation, and you know, nothing is
Yeah.
ever what you expect.
Okay. But are you going to rest?
Message.
You complained that
Yeah.
you've been tired.
Nothing is ever what you want.
You expected.
Nothing is ever as you expect. It's
Man,
either too much, too little.
So,
What is exactly what you expect?
fries.
And
Fries.
we know your journey with
Fries.
fries.
Yeah. You know I love fries. It's the best thing in my life.
But
I'm like,
all
you
the
know that I
fries
love
you eat, don't you get disappointed?
But every time, Primah, every time all your characteristics are like for Bagondi.
Banyakole.
Banyakole. All your things. Yeah, but every time someone tells you that, oh, that Banyakole, then you say, but I'm not even a Banyakole. But
Yeah.
you,
But
to
I am.
them, you are
Am I?
entire Banyakole, like Irish. Like fries.
No, but let me tell you, I don't like Irish. I like fries.
Yeah, they like fries. Me, the only people I met in
Wedges?
I met them in uni. People who really
They
like
they cannot
fries.
really compare. Like I could
You
have
like chicken
wedges,
tonight
but
fries.
it's fries.
Wedges, nobody. That's the
Yeah,
worst.
fries
thing.
are
Wedges are the
fries.
worst. Ew.
Yeah.
Fries are fries.
Wedges are like the chicken breast.
I don't trust wedges people. Maybe mash people.
They're like men. I
Mash,
think they are
yeah.
man's food.
Yeah, because you don't like free chewed things.
Fries,
You just
yeah.
better do too much. You just
We don't even make mash at home. I don't like mash.
Really? No. Why?
Just fries. Nothing can compare. Why am I eating Irish and it's not fries, buddy?
No, but if I'm at a business meeting and someone orders mash, I don't know what to do. Like having a business lunch there.
Why would you?
No, because when you're talking to the person, so you've been talking to a serious business leader, and they're like, no, I can't take it. That number is too low. It's a bit bizarre. So if you order mash, I'll order mash for you and be like, I'm going
I cannot
to
believe
beat you
this
in this
conversation.
negotiation. We are
She's
on
like,
how are you?
what are we doing?
We are on how is your week?
Like mash.
Yeah, you can see we are very tired.
I'm tired to regulate
But
my
yeah.
Are you tired?
conversation.
Yeah.
Why?
month
The
of
week, eh?
March.
Oh,
But now
yeah.
we are shooting, guys.
March,
It's still March.
yeah,
By
yeah,
the time
yeah.
we are shooting, my time
Financial
is
year is
April.
ending.
It will be April.
Okay.
Mine is Women's Month.
How many engagements have you had?
Throughout. How many? What?
How many engagements? Speaking engagements have you had this month?
Times
3 every week.
Ooh,
Back to back.
That's about 12.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Wednesday. Yesterday I had 2 engagements.
Yeah.
And 1 this morning.
Yeah.
I had 1 early morning, 1 in the evening, 1 early this morning.
That's
And I'm
amazing.
here for a podcast shoot. And I still have my 9 to 5 job that I
Yeah.
have to fulfill. And I have to go to my father's birthday is tomorrow. I have to go to
Oh.
Buluba. And then Sunday my son is playing in the final rugby league. So if I can tell you that I don't know who I am as I sit here
Yeah.
today, I'm just going through the motions.
Yeah, but you enjoy the speaking
I
engagements,
love
right?
them so much, but I get tired.
But you get
Fulfilling.
tired. You're giving of yourself.
I
Yeah.
get tired.
Yeah. No, well done.
But
Well done.
April, I'll rest.
man, women's month.
Yes,
And
I have
rest.
just come back from Mauritius.
Ah.
My friend's Kenneth Kato, he's turned 50. By the time this airs, he would have turned 50.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
he told us
Kenneth.
a year in advance.
Yeah.
So we put money aside. I keep telling people, learn how to save for financial goals.
Yeah.
My financial goal, Mauritius. I save for it. Now we're going to Mauritius.
Yeah.
So that's a gift. And
it's
every time I'm
visa-free,
speaking, I'm thinking
about where you're gonna go.
Yeah.
Mauritius. It's a what?
It's visa free, right?
Yeah, it's visa free.
Yeah.
Me, I implore anyone, if you're going to do any celebration and invite people, it should be visa free.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want anyone to come.
Destination things,
Yeah, destination things should always be visa free.
No, let me tell you, we're in the process of organizing a girls' trip.
Yeah. You mentioned
for
that.
for the guys who are turning 40. Ask me, I'm not in that group. It's the other guys of KPA.
Every time it's
What are you turning? What are you turning? Yeah, just I'm not like them.
I'm not. Those are the KPAs. That's the KPAs crew. So even we told them that when they are taking their snaps, let them take their pics of the 40s, then us. Until they had pre-primary.
And their parents didn't plan.
Yes.
Like for me, I'm not in that WhatsApp group, even if I was in KPA.
Even Yolisa is not. Even
You
Yolisa
have to distance yourself.
They planned for pre-primary. What other people did, they went through
They realized-
kindergarten.
Then they
took
came.
their kids and
Yeah,
they
so
came.
they
So they
all
repeated
allowing
like
stuff
a
from P1.
pre-primary.
Yeah.
So they repeated.
Yeah.
They did like a double
I
top
see.
class.
Yeah.
I remember
So
in
they're
school,
always
repeater
older.
was the worst.
Anyway, just know so
You went-
that trip that we're organizing, first of all, the group has over 15 people.
Say that school.
Namagunga.
But that's the problem.
No, actually,
Mount St.
I
Mary.
told you that day there's a day we were organizing Gabanange things are not coming. So we decided let's have a call. The other call, some of the central bank calls are not like that. It was serious. We had an agenda. I think the only thing that missed was a prayer because we were respecting people's religious. We have organized the other event. The number of polls, we are always
I'm sure
taking
it's
polls.
structured.
You guys, it is so structured. Even me in my structure, sometimes I'm like, Banak, honorable members of it's a holiday. Like now today I sent a poll, right? I said, guys, Banange, let's choose what hotel. Chap.
Yeah.
Then guys are like, Primah, please, would like to bring to your attention that poll allows a person to vote more than once. Which will disorganize us. Kindly come back and I'm like, kindly friends. You guys, I say this, we're going to have speeches.
With haste, come back.
Yeah. No, the other guys.
You realize they are all watching. So do you have a message for the crew?
Yeah, I do.
That group you had said Dubai was on your list.
No, it was, but then now visa thing. So we actually, that's why I was telling you that story. There were two. There was Dubai, there was Thailand, and all the places we kept removing until we
you can't go to
decided
Dubai, no.
we can only go to a visa-free country.
Yeah,
We
if
decided
you're
this
going
can
to
be
plan anything destination,
Yeah.
it should
Yeah.
strictly be visa free for Ugandans.
Yeah, I agree.
Dubai
They're really
Trump
nice places.
out.
Yeah,
Completely.
Is
Yeah.
Egypt visa free?
I don't know. I
Oh,
don't know.
what are you? No, my friends wanted to go to Egypt like this Easter. But I was looking forward to telling them the bad news that family might not handle to go. So lucky enough, this whole thing has been happening. So
Lucky, it's
Because
lucky
we
for some
cancel.
people.
Yeah.
Even this
Let me
trip we are
check.
going on, some people have been there saying, Banange, I wish the bomb goes over Mauritius.
So that we all don't. No, it's not. People don't plan.
Ugandans. No, it's not that whole planning thing. It's just that.
People.
Okay, we want to go, but maybe we don't have the resources.
Yeah.
And because Bananda Babatia, they're not willing to say we don't have the resources.
Yeah.
So they'd rather that
Something
extreme
happens.
calamity
Oh, I
Then
can't
we know
come.
it
all
powers.
go. I've been
No.
seeing them in the WhatsApp group because we have a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
They're talking things. They're
In the
updating
group?
us on the Iran situation. Updating us. I keep asking the birthday boy, have these ones paid? They've not paid a cent.
First wait, in the birthday group, people are discussing the Iran situation.
Of course,
Yeah.
because until
So
you
for
try-
some of them,
you try-
we're
They're
going
coming
to
from.
Emirates.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're coming
okay.
So for this
different
one, the
places.
people who are
Okay.
mostly talking were Emirates. Now those ones are okay. They were
Yeah.
discussing legit things. There's this group now
Yeah.
of like some 3 guys
Habitual line
there.
steppers.
Yeah, I tell you, no men, please, no, they're 50 years old. So me at 40,
I tell you, no, old
30,
men
you
talk
can be
about
like,
their money.
hey, or as a woman,
Yeah.
but a 50-year-old man with your ego.
Those
They're
are his
asking you,
friends,
why?
yeah.
And these are his real bad
And he's
days.
fearing to say, I just cannot afford it. So let me not get
Men
into
will
that.
not tell you. They are appearing, they come in and those nice cars of theirs, and they are cash
Hand
poor.
is over
Yeah.
moving.
Asset rich of some
Yeah.
sort. Yeah.
Hand is moving.
Liability. It's not
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
asset
you have a lot
rich,
of
they're
liabilities.
liability rich.
Yeah.
That is what they
You have
are.
no
They can't talk.
income
I'm saying
generating
they're
assets.
updating us on Iran. We don't care. Okay, we care, but not for the trip.
As the podcast, we care. Yeah, we forgot.
Yeah, but in terms of that holiday.
There's a fifth
Yeah,
member.
but in terms of the WhatsApp
yeah.
group,
Yeah.
we are not find your other WhatsApp groups to
Yeah.
discuss. Even us in PPJA WhatsApp group will discuss it, but in the Mauritius WhatsApp group.
We're here for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm on a WhatsApp group where.
But are you okay? Is the question?
Where we decided, guys, let's be free. On this group, there are no silly questions. There are no people can ask. The other day, some friend of ours came and said, members. On this group of 4, tell me what is the Strait of Hormuz? I want to, like I'm just hearing in the newspapers. Tell us. They are like, because the other day someone said, and she was like, I was like, are they saying Hormuz? Are they saying Hormuz?
When did Hamas get straight? What's
They're like-
happening?
then another one came in and said, the truth is even me, I don't know.
I have also just been bragging it.
You told them they are not stupid.
We are like, yeah, we said they are not. So they are like, even me, I don't know, guys. You guys, we were like, Mokwano, just go to ChatGPT. They give you the history properly. It's so.
But I always wonder. Anyway, without access now to information, for
Yeah.
me, it's not about the shame of saying I don't know. It's the fact that I can get the information anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why ask in a WhatsApp group?
But you know that
Most
those-
smart people.
No, it's a WhatsApp group of 4, and I think that the way that it will always be broken down for you will always be in a palatable way for you.
Or the people who know. Is what
Yeah.
you're saying. Or the
Yeah.
people who know.
Yeah, like if you
Break it down.
asked me,
Yeah.
the way I'll answer is not the way ChatGPT will answer.
That is true, but I'm not sure. But the person who knows, there's always a 2.5 seconds of mini judgment.
Of course, yeah.
That's what I mean. So why are you willing to expose yourself like that?
Yeah.
Why don't you just go to that tool, find out some information, then I come
Then
to
come
you,
and then now we
repackage,
go.
not from a point of zero ignorance.
Yeah.
I first check, even me Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
When they talked about it,
Yeah.
I was really trying to understand why is it being, where does it pass? What's the issue?
like
And
what's
I
the-
went and checked.
Yeah.
I got the map. Please not, I did geography,
Yeah.
but still I went, checked, and I was like, oh, that's
Thanks
the
for
problem. I did my
clarifying.
research.
Yeah.
But, oh, that's the issue.
Yeah.
But not everyone is
Come back.
a lover of like seeking knowledge.
Anyway, you know
Yeah.
what? You
Yeah.
know what? I think that's where the issue
not
is.
everyone
Anyway, yeah.
I just ask and an answer comes. I'm not even worried.
That's it.
Did you see that story of people? No, I'm not equating the people. I have to be clear. But there was a story of people who have no internal dialogue. Like they just move through life. They react and respond. So I said that's impossible. You can look it
That's
up.
impossible.
Did you see that video?
That's
of the guys who
impossible.
like when they say when you're sitting and you're introspecting, it's like the thing Mark Andreessen said, that billionaire. He said, "I have no time for introspection," and everyone said, "What are you saying?" And he's hardened on the thing. So they're
Do you think
literally
they're
people who no, they have like
being
thoughts,
honest
but
about
they
it?
push. They're not trying to have thoughts in their head. And I was thinking about remember during lockdown when they said stay in your homes. Now all you
Yeah.
have to do is sit.
Yeah.
With
And your thoughts start coming. I'm going.
Yeah.
And I must do something. Always active. So you might find someone who's always active. The way the world reacts to them is this one is just being them. You know
Yeah.
that person. They
Yeah.
just ask. They just. So life is easier when you can just go. What is the Strait of Hormuz? I don't have to.
Okay, I
start
don't have to put
reading
in
because
the
you're going to
effort,
supply
yeah.
me the information, and your judgment does nothing.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to think about your judgment.
No, for me, what I did, so I feel like I had bits of information, but I didn't have the full
You
picture,
could
right?
refer to it.
So I have a colleague at work who is into that stuff.
Yeah. So you went on.
Dear, I told them, please, I'm booking you for an hour.
Yeah.
We had a
Explain
conversation for an hour. Let me tell you, they are so no on the phone. They are so into that stuff. Like they took me to because my problem was the theories. You get you like
Yeah.
I get it, but I don't understand. I don't
Why?
understand the
How is
theory,
it?
And I don't understand. Like now.
Can you explain
now,
a bit? This is the episode on the Strait
too
of
long.
Hormuz.
Taking too long.
Yeah. So I went. I did Micah background, but when the person gave me with their different opinions,
Yeah.
now I listen to the news differently because they've done so much
got
research.
it.
So they've already
Got it.
informed
You have
me.
context.
So I have so much more context. So it's they cannot go deep, but they give you context enough for
Just
you
enough
to
for you to-
yeah to now understand it. But yeah,
Is it okay that just watching the news you can't get context?
it's yeah.
You would think just
Yeah.
watching the news you would, but
You
if you
get-
just
no.
did, it will
Yeah, no,
entertain you.
they're
It will just be
recording real time.
what's
They're not
happening.
going-
Yeah.
they're
They're not going, but you'd have to go back.
You have to
the
actually
whole
look.
story.
Yeah, BBC tries at least on
So where you get your news, man? It's also
yeah they try, but anyway.
you get it from Chimp magazine.
Anyway,
Chimp
so is that
report.
how you are? Iran, Hormuz, Strait? That's how you are? Dubai? That's how you are?
But me know me, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm inside work properly, but I'm very calm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you here? Or
As
you're
per
living.
usual.
Here and there.
Yeah,
But today
and there.
here.
But yeah, for a while.
How are you, Allan?
Generally good. Okay.
How's your leg?
My leg is getting better. Yeah, but I had like another mini accident in between. But
That
yeah,
thing.
I've
The
gone,
other one with
the other
me?
one
Oh,
with
okay.
yes.
Oh, I
I
thought
went through
another one.
everything. It's fine. It's good. Making some big life decisions.
Oh.
Yeah, that I can't discuss here. But I've had a chat with Joe for
Are
a
you
while.
still married?
Yeah.
Allan has a ring on another hand. I saw
We
it.
are
He's
like,
starting to carry more bling. I saw it. Then I kept the left hand to see if
Nursing.
there's nursing.
And then
I
you're
wanted
telling us a big life
crisis,
decision.
Egypt. I'm now piecing things together.
Yeah, big life decisions, but which are good. But I was so
Starting a
afraid to do.
pyramid scheme.
Yeah, but I'm glad that it has been a while. I've thought about them, talked to even the ones who are going to be affected by it. Some are still
Allan,
dealing.
you want to meet us? What are we going to?
Yeah, but we shall. I haven't yet ready to talk about it.
Yeah.
Here, but
Okay,
for
but
us, we
you
shall
feel-
talk after the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good. Good in general. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it and for it to reach some kind of,
Resolution.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it.
But it's
Guys,
nothing bad.
No, you said good
Yes,
3
it's
times.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
So we believe.
I mean, I could say good if I'm leaving a woman who has been
It's good.
stressing.
It's good. It's not fair.
Fourth time
Good.
goes.
Good.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So bad.
Do you notice that she does that? Yes.
No.
Three times.
Oh, really?
You will notice when you're
Serious.
watching.
Oh,
How
I'll
are
pay more
you?
attention. I already finished saying how I am. Overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And going to Mauritius and down. Yeah. I already said, guys.
It was like
I
30
can't
it was
wait
like
to watch
30
your
minutes ago.
Financially Incorrect. Financially Incorrect is one
Yeah,
of
when
my
is it coming?
favorite.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, when
out.
is it?
It's my
It's out
favorite.
already?
It's one of my favorite podcasts.
really?
I love it. I love it. So when I saw you there, I've kept it for when I'm looking forward.
Okay. I do as well, but I tend not to like
The context?
podcasts, yeah, where people talk. I'm not like a business podcast kind of person.
Yeah.
And wealth
Yeah.
kind of person, like people who are really extremely rich. Like even that's why many times I fail to connect like with Diary of CEO,
Yeah.
unless they are speaking about, financial
Yeah.
things, and not so much like the goal is not
Yeah.
how to become extremely rich.
I don't find Financially Incorrect that way because they bring
financial
more
correct is
humans.
business.
Yeah, okay.
More very like business ideas and strategies, and
Yeah.
that's not where my head is
Okay,
at.
okay.
So I'm not,
Okay.
yeah. So guys who are talking about how I think of I'm not interested in leaving employment, and then the thing is
Leave
how I
employment
left
to-
my
yeah,
job
yeah.
and became a successful.
Not for me.
Well, not for me.
Yeah.
So I go through. I like some of them. I've
Yeah.
gone through some of them which I
Yeah.
resonate with, but many.
It's not something you'd have a playlist for, like let them keep coming.
I'd have to literally look through,
Okay.
scroll through.
Okay.
But I like Barack. Like I like the
Yeah,
host.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
me too.
that helps. Even there was he was a host. I like the guests of that.
Oh, you don't like
the ones
Steven?
that-
Why?
I find him a bit stoic. Like I find him hard. I don't
Oh.
know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
what it is. There's a podcast of a guy. I think he's British, but he's like Indian. Oh, what is that? What is it called?
I don't know.
He's
Which one?
warm. Like he's so
Shetty.
warm.
Oh, Chetty, the guy with the bright eyes.
So that's what I
Jay
like.
Shetty, but I can
That's
listen
what
to
I
him.
like.
But imagine I find Jay Shetty so. I feel like we should meditate after.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's
what I
what
like.
about manifesting and
That's
about
what I like.
I'm like
Change your
thinking
mindset.
now.
If you watch that episode, she was even saying, I like to be with
Yeah.
people and things need to be
Like
warm.
motivation. Yet for me, I'm for the like I like the groundwork. That's why I have
Yeah.
a problem with like Dare of CEO. I feel like
He's already there.
He's already there.
Yeah.
And yet for me, I'm about picking people from here. Like you must shift your mindset. You must change how you think. You must believe in yourself. You must be confident.
Do you like Trevor
That's
Noah's?
from-
Trevor's
So
Noah's.
I've never watched. That's a
You
strange
should.
thing.
You
I've
should.
never
No,
watched.
you should. You should.
I will.
I like his podcast. I also like because you don't know that side of him, and so now when you listen,
Okay.
yeah.
So the Ugandans on there are quite. It's nice
Guys,
to
it's time for us to start
Let's
this episode.
please.
And as you can see from the title, this conversation is a
about the
little
straight
bit uncomfortable, but it's current and it's a little personal. I hope we'll get some personal stories from people. Yeah. So
We have it.
we're living in an era now where theoretical concepts and self-care ideologies are like everywhere, and people are speaking about think boundaries, think triggers, think trauma, protecting my peace, those kinds of words. I'm on a healing journey. And yes, I do agree that we are more self-aware people because of it, and maybe emotionally healthier, but that's up for debate. But I feel like there's a growing concern, which is that the question here is, are we really doing the work? Or is there some kind of avoidance? Like, are we using the language of healing as an escape? So my first question to you is that
First and only.
my first, it can be the only one, and
You know,
everything. We know how we talk.
Given you who gave us a
know how
whole
we talk as
exam booklet.
and we answered 2 questions. So do you feel like as a generation we are emotionally healthier, or do you think that we just we just have language to explain, to justify
away.
our behavior? Do you think we are actually emotionally healthier? Are we healing as a generation? Do you feel like we are a more healed generation?
So since more people are speaking about healing, it stands to reason that you would sense
exactly
a healed generation.
A healed generation.
What do you think?
I'm the first. P.
Because I'll have a question for you.
Okay. I think yes and no.
First of all, let me just ask round the table. Any of us in or has been to counseling or therapy? In or has been?
Intermittently. Yeah, I've been in for an extended, now it's intermittent. Now I go as and when I have an issue.
Personal, not professional.
Sir, on the behind the camera, ever been to therapy or counseling?
He's a therapist himself.
Oh, but even therapists need therapy.
Yeah, but
especially then.
But you've been.
Excuse me.
Your mother was like
behind the camera. Yes, been or are been. Allan?
to be honest,
I think marital counseling before marriage doesn't count.
Yeah,
no, that's not in an active formal session. I've just had conversations with friends who are therapists, and they'll tell me one thing, that
you're meaning don't actually had a professional.
They'll tell me the same thing. Or if you're coming, don't come to me.
I can't help.
Yeah, I don't think
But
it's
no, I've
advisable
never
to go to
actually-
somebody close because they already have bias about you. I don't think it's advisable.
Yeah.
No, but even like if I meet one who is a therapist, like on a networking event, and I chat them up, but in those few 10
I
minutes,
now know too much.
they will be like,
Okay.
You
Yeah,
don't need-
even
yeah.
anyone who watches this show, I'm sure they would say, I know too much. Good someone. Okay, yeah, I have been in counseling before for a while, and then currently maybe a few weeks in some sort of therapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go on. What do you think about this
so
generation?
are we a more healed generation? I would
Healed
say
generation.
yes and no. I feel like we are, as a generation, like if you're looking at it at that grand scale, I think that we have progressed. Because I feel that this healing and all of that is all about, it advocates for self-awareness, right? And it advocates for understanding why you do the things that you do. And so because of that, I find that, first of all, I found it in adulthood. If you had asked me about this at campus, I didn't know this. It's quite recent. I would say maybe
I
would say 5
millennials.
Most millennials. It's maybe 5, 7
Our generation
years.
was more likely to be like just a bit too woke.
But I don't think when we were younger it was. So I think that people are generally more self-aware because of course you've heard about trauma, then you'll hear conversations and you'll hear some people talking about it, you'll be like, okay, maybe I'm like this because my mom was like this. Or because I do a lot of coaching now. Meanwhile I'm graduating in May.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So it's because I do a lot of coaching, a lot of reasoning for the things that people do comes from their childhood. And I think that has come out of just more awareness that you are who you are because of your background. So I think in that way, we are more aware. Now, where your question for me takes a turn is that, are we doing the work? I don't think so, because I don't think as much as we should, because I think that people get an idea but they don't go deeper. So very few people have actually done actual therapy. Like actually been to a therapist and had sessions. And this mother of yours that you're claiming is the reason you're like this. Have you actually investigated it with a professional who has, or are you blaming? Have you investigated it using the professional tools? So we have an idea, but not necessarily. You get, but so I think we're somewhere in the middle. We're definitely doing better than our parents' generation, where Bambi Bali, Mururo, urban migration. But I don't think that we have done, at least in Uganda, I don't think that enough people have done enough work to move from self-awareness to like self-improvement. Like the reason for knowing myself is to improve myself and do better. And
so I share the same thought process. I feel like the self-awareness is there, but the improvement, which is the action, might not be like, okay, now I'm self-aware. Now I know that I was neglected as a child. Now I know that poverty is trauma and there's response to it. Okay, now I know that I was raised, I didn't have, my father was absent, and these are my responses. Now I know that my mother was an alcoholic or a drug abuser, and this is it. Now I was assaulted. I know I was, and I'm working through it. But yes, now what? Like now, what? So what if you're aware? So now, what actions are you taking? So I think that it's a half thing. Like I feel like we're so articulate about our dysfunctions. Like we can speak and write a concept, a research paper about our dysfunctions, but we're not answering the real question. So now what? What is the transformation? Now what? What are you working? But my issue here is maybe we can discuss it, because for me, I've been from counselors to therapists, finding the right one. And I pray that somebody can plug us for therapists in this country. Good therapists, not counselors. I always find that we have too many counselors. And most of these counselors are rooted in religion, which is problematic because they don't really have the academic backing. They're trained counselors. They're trained to help you navigate through life, but not to go deep, that deep you're talking about. I go to counselors and I swear to you, I'm the one, I'm counseling myself, I'm therapizing myself because I've done so much work and so much reading. I want to find out, why do I behave like this? And even then they're just so shocked at your level. They're so shocked by the things I'm telling them that I know. I'm the depth. And these are, so I find that the counselors are problematic, but even the therapists I feel are a bit.
Many people are calling themselves therapists when they're not.
They're not going deep. I've had an online session of outside countries where I just thought it was too expensive. It wasn't making financial sense. And I swear to you, I was just like, what? And then I'm looking at a Zunye, Muzungu. I'm just not relating. I'm just like, okay, but it was depth. Like I could see what he was trying to get things out of me. You know, having those tones, allowing me to speak, waiting, I went to a therapist and we were all there in Kebbi laughing.
You're like, what is this?
Like, what are we doing?
I'll get your contact. I know someone who has built a database of therapists that we have seen.
That would be
great.
So
they first
Uganda.
That would be
so they first talk to you to find out what the issue is.
Okay.
Then she can recommend for you who she thinks will work.
That's perfect. That's
is
perfect.
it a public? Is it like a public list? Is it something that you share with the public, or is?
I think people reach out to her first, and after she can share.
And I can tell you that finding a therapist is hard work, right? And it's very easy for you to get frustrated as well, right? Because I told you I've been through maybe 2 or 3, and it's hard work.
Like there's a time you were trying to find.
Like I've looked and I failed to find here. I tried like 3 days. One I called and she was like, "What's your problem?" I'm like, "So how?" I'm like, "How is it?"
You're still on the phone.
Yes, Auntie. I'm like, "Oh hi, I got your number from
What's your problem?
She's like, "What's your problem?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm just in a self-awareness." She's like, "Oh, that's good because I don't deal with those things of trauma, childhood trauma."
The way they talk.
What kind of, you understand? First of all,
this is another one you told me who asked you and they were speaking some Gen Z
language. Let me tell you, there's one who was woke.
What does woke mean?
There was one who was too woke.
She was woke, the advice she used to give me.
So to color your hair, what is? It's a bit sensitive.
It's a bit sensitive, but I remember I told her a problem of mine and she was like, no.
With problems, very punk. Like there's, she's like a daughter of mine who was getting married. My daughter of mine was getting married, and then they needed a counselor, and then someone recommended one. Like, okay, let's go see. When they called her, like, so can we find it? She's like, I sit in Nansana, and then they just switched off the phone. They was like, someone of Nansana is not.
Oh, that was her issue. I thought it was a convenience.
No, they said someone of Nansana is not going to talk to me about that. Even also people who actually need the help.
I low-key want to agree, but people...
No, that's what I'm saying. Uganda is very classist.
But even me, you can't take me to a therapist.
Guys, in Nansana, it's okay?
No, it's
okay.
But you understand what we are saying. We understand.
Nansana, is it Nansana Kumastoa? Is it
that's the area code to Mastoa. Joel, you were telling us what your thought process is about
Joel, there is no way. Joel, have you ever heard of Nasa Nakuma store?
Of course.
Okay. It says Joel.
By the way,
But-
it's possible
Joel
that-
might not have heard.
Yeah, but if I told you I was going there, if I came and told you, you wouldn't make fun of me.
I wouldn't.
We wouldn't make fun of. We would wonder what is there. That
Yeah, wonder how.
What is-
Out of like,
what-
why are you going there?
To the Masto.
Couldn't you go somewhere else? Right?
No, I would not. Okay, I would wonder.
You can.
what
You would say you
it
can.
is.
No,
afford
but it
to go
is,
somewhere
yeah.
else.
No, mine wouldn't be a money issue.
They give it
I would
rich
be in my
fellas,
head
yeah.
saying, because Joel has a really good head on his shoulders, maybe he met this person somewhere else,
Yeah.
and that he got buy-in, and the guy
The
just
person has to
told
be
him
so
randomly
spectacular.
that, you know, like me, there's a when like it's like how therapists are like looking for guys.
Yeah.
There are guys who work in high,
Yeah.
like they'll say maybe they work in like Nakasero, but sometimes
then they
they
have
work in
a-
these real traditional
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
So you go to a guy, you get by like, oh wow, because met in Nakasero, and then he says, on Tuesday,
Find me Nasa.
find me in this go.
You're like Mukwan. Nadia Gade.
That air said everything. All Ugandans know.
Nadia Gade na Yesu just.
Nadia got
Na ye.
She just so
So
Nadia.
whenever you come back to Nakasero,
You phone me, I'll be here.
from me, I'll be
But you have
there.
an accident. It's okay. I'll leave it here until you return. It's fine.
Yeah, whatever this problem is, can it stand at least 3 more days?
Yeah, because I'm not going.
Because I'm not coming.
Going to Kawempe to see a
I'm
guy.
not coming to Kawempe. You cannot convince me. Which doctor? Yeah, but not a
So it might be
thing.
interesting. I think we all agree. But let me take like what you said about
Yeah.
the language to articulate our problem. When you first find out what your problem is, it's a relief. I
Yeah.
think for anyone, like if you're
anybody.
disturbed by something
Yeah.
and you don't know, and
Yeah.
you finally find out,
Yeah.
whether there's someone in your house who's been doing some stuff and you don't know, when you find out, there's that moment of now I know. But like you said, after you know,
After you know.
you can now keep telling everyone, I know, I
Yeah.
know. I'm using the example of someone who told me they found out that their partner is cheating. But they were so distressed because they used to suspect their partner
Yeah.
was cheating.
Ah.
Now from suspicion, they've reached a point of now I know.
Information.
But,
Was
but
there a relief?
still, it was that relief of I'm not crazy. I'm not. I'm seeing things because you know you confront the person doesn't know.
Okay.
But now they know. So there's awareness. And the problem with awareness, everyone thinks, okay, you've progressed.
Yeah.
But I think there's a twofold thing. I don't think our generation is actually that much better off. I think we're actually worse off.
Okay.
We just have the language to talk about it, and because we can, I can explain to you why I'm acting erratically. Or I will say I don't have the capacity for that. Whereas our parents would probably lie and find a way. Now, both of us were dealing with the thing, but us who lie, us who do that thing,
Our parents would have said,
I don't have the boundaries.
Don't again, Daddy.
Yeah, thank you. And
Yeah.
I keep wondering
You get
because I used to have that preconception because if you took me to live in that time in the rural areas, I would be like, man, I'm a child of the city, so I'm thinking with my city mind about that time. But every time I go to the village, there's distress, but it doesn't seem like they're any sadder than us. They just know what they need. They're like, I need money. Their needs are money. I need money and everything will be okay. You ask anyone in town, but I don't have the emotional security. Do you know, in offices, I've been in offices, the higher I've gone, you keep hearing about don't feel safe in here. We're all family. No one's going to beat you.
Yeah.
There's someone I was talking to when Bob Mwanga. He keeps saying, why is it that
has become like
corporate? I had to mention the name because they were like, when are you going to drop a name also? Hi, Bob.
Bye, Bob.
When companies go for offsites, they say we're going offsite. We use military language. What's our strategy? The front lines. You're selling mattresses, but you're talking with that language, right?
I mean, your boss is a chief.
My boss is a chief. He's going to take us into battle. We're in competition. So every day you're immersed in that language.
Yeah.
So it's weird, like it's not that serious. If you don't reply, then you're going to die. But the urgency, everything is so we're all on edge. And when I ask you why are you on edge, you can describe why, but you can't move. So I found like most of us, the conversation we're having, even people who are doing well, we're discussing about people who like corporate level. I can understand someone because of financial situations is they don't have enough. That's most of this country. Like today, there's 12 million people still in poverty. That one I understand. Of course, you're going to be distressed. But there's that group of people who are high achievers, reach a certain spot, where you reach the top of your industry, you're now like, man, I want to do the job of my dreams. Those are your issues.
Yeah.
Now you can articulate your thing. You try and find that job. It doesn't exist. Who are you going to complain to? They're going to say, "Good, you
That
nice
is
job."
it.
So you internalize it,
That is
and
it.
even the language we use. I'm not saying that there's definitely personal responsibility, but like personal responsibility, I was going to step on your thing of the environment. I hope it's okay for me.
Go.
So
Okay.
there was a question you asked of, can you heal in the environment that hurt you?
Yeah.
Now what if the environment that hurt you is the country?
You leave Uganda.
So you're like, I'm trying to
see
heal.
them living.
Yeah,
No, that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. But now those who can't leave, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
But you know that
that's
it's the ones
example.
who can't leave who are leaving Uganda.
Now, that's
You
what I'm
guys
saying.
who can leave, you're still here.
We are here.
That's my point.
Okay?
So if you're trapped, you see, if you don't have an
I
option,
get you.
but everyone sees you as if you have an option. So like, because the same way you say, you're in the healing journey. I've been going to therapy. Do you know how tough it is to talk to people who go to therapy? And for them to say, vegan, me, I can't be fixed.
Yeah.
There's a time you made a joke.
I
When
know
you
the
said
one
you're
that
talking
you're
to a
going to
therapist. You said, don't
I just
unwind.
said, don't- yeah.
For me, everything is working. If you open this thing, you open up.
Yeah,
Pandora's
that is
box.
it.
So
That
I
is
think
it.
people have just learned how to manage stress. And because we see the outside performance, everyone seems happier.
Yeah.
You're on social media seeing everyone. So I think it's different. And if you tell our parents, they'll say, that's stupid. Because
Yeah.
they never lived it.
That
They
is
don't know
true.
that pressure of you're supposed to be upwardly mobile. Everyone is watching you, but you can't get there.
Upwardly what?
Mobile.
Like mobile. Eh?
Mobile, yeah.
I was like,
you know,
mobile.
Prima,
If
I
you
like
can
being
say
on set
March.
with you, Prima, because me there are questions I want to say, but I know Prima is coming. Give her just 2 seconds. It's going to us.
That was a wild,
Yeah,
that was a wild
was saying
sentence.
mobile.
I was like, someone had better say.
Mobile, you know
Thank
what
you for
I'm saying?
being
Anyway,
automobile.
so yeah, I don't think we are that much happy. I think actually if you're aware of your problem and that your awareness is not changing it, what do you do?
Exactly, and
get
that's
stuck.
and just to get to what Joel is saying, for those who don't understand, like there are things I know that if I open, like I know there are things I can feel within myself, that there's a box in me that needs to be opened and analyzed, but I'm not ready to open that Pandora's that box. I know I need to speak to somebody about it and address it and find out, but I don't think after that awareness, I will be improved.
Imagine, I think that is one of the healthiest things about you personally, because the best therapy I ever got, right, from somebody, said, you've come with this idea that therapy is you won't sit on the couch and not talk to you, you will have some self-reflections, you hit a eureka moment and somehow your life will change. And he said to me, introspection is endless. You can always find something. No human being is ever done, right? So you might find, hey, I'm like this because of my mom. Then you pull again. She was also like this. So you keep going and you can get addicted. But let me just finish that. So why I think it's healthy, because they said to me, a healthy person is not someone who has completely fixed all the things that are within them. It's they're able to function without breaking down. They are now resilient, they are moving. And the one thing they said, don't just unpack someone's repressed memories, because your mind repressed them for a reason.
Yeah, so you
have to be in the kind of you have to be ready to go. And if the person is, and that's what I don't like about some therapists here, because what they're trying to get to is what is the thing, what is it? But as someone who's expert, you volunteer the information, and until you're ready, you can go for therapy for months. You don't even talk about the thing because they've realized. So when you said that person was talking to you about work, immediately that person was trying to find and give you a solution instead of saying, what are you here for? And allow you to talk, because you will get there. You know your own mind.
No,
so
but
I feel
I want to be
Go ahead.
please. I'm usually the negative person. This one, the positive
We are here
one.
for it. Oh.
Yes.
The last time you told us positive and you took us down to negative in 2 seconds.
No. This time I'm actually
One
being
is
very.
one.
This time I'm very confident and
Love
being
is a
positive.
curse.
Yeah, because I actually feel that we actually are doing better.
We are.
Because as much as there's a lot of awareness.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. I'm confused about doing better. Are we saying doing better than our parents or doing better
Than
than
the generation before.
So we're saying our parents, right?
Yeah.
That we are
because the
better mentally than our parents.
Are we generally healing as a
And you
generation?
agree?
Yeah.
No. I don't think it's the mental. I think that the awareness. So if I know that these are the consequences of if I neglect my family, I'm not going to do it. I don't know how to heal from it, that it was done to me,
Yes.
but I know that what I'm feeling now is a consequence.
We made a
so let
step.
me
We've
not
not yet
let me not do
Yes.
it to my children.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I mean.
that's
all.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah, but
else.
I understand.
And that's
I think
the
you're
point.
answering a different thing.
No, I think the thing was like after all the information that we have got, are we making ourselves better, or are we just sticking with knowing?
I
this is
thought,
my
yeah,
issue?
we are
Okay, yeah,
more
because
mentally
better has
healthy.
layers, so you can
Yeah.
choose. So for me, that's the better.
Like, are we using the information
If
we
the
have?
That's what I
better
want
can
to
be
know, yeah.
different. Your
Yeah.
better
That's
can
what I
be
want
a
to know.
different
Okay.
version of better.
And you brought the point I was going to say is like I may not transform, but being aware that the issues I have are because I was
Awareness
beaten
is
like
the
a
first
cow.
step.
Yeah.
I'm not going to transfer that to my children.
Yeah.
So as much as I'm not yet dealing with the person who beats
Exactly.
me
Yeah.
and why they did and all
Yeah.
that,
For me, that's my-
but at
yeah.
least we're not. There's a cycle that we are breaking in a way
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the next generation.
Yeah.
Then the other
Because
issue.
we've met people who are beaten like cows who are still beating their people like
Yeah.
cows.
And they think it's normal.
And I think it's
Yes,
normal
very
that for me,
normal,
did
yeah.
I survive?
Yeah,
And you look at
yeah.
the person who
Are you
didn't
okay?
survive.
You're like you didn't dear.
Are you really okay?
No, but still, but you see, there's an improvement in the beating. Because it will be like, because you see the parents who
You're like, yeah, I
don't.
need to be like this now, maybe like this.
Slavery shall go slowly. What we shall start with.
No. Can I explain?
Yeah. No, you're making a point.
You've seen these people who take their parents, their kids to a school that's not so good. And the justification is like, for me, I didn't go to school.
Yes.
You at least I'm trying, right?
Yes.
The thing is that there's an improvement. It's not the best. So the one who was being beaten by big sticks
Yeah.
is now using a slipper.
Okay.
Like it's still a bad thing going on,
Yeah.
but they're not going to cross the lines that were crossed to them. Like they still are going to beat, but not as
Yeah.
bad as they were beaten
Yeah.
before. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There's an improvement. So the children of those ones will move from a slipper to hopefully maybe it's something else.
Yep.
The other point I was going to bring about is the fact that at least in this we can now openly talk about mental health, and it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not weirded
It's a
out.
step.
You're not weirded out. Like
Yeah.
someone tells you I'm in therapy.
Do you know how many people in our parents'
Like,
generation just had nothing to
the funny thing, my
I
school,
agree. I
because
wonder if it's
you guys know
also-
my school, I was in the same school, that primary and secondary. And for all those years when we were there, it's I think until we reached senior 5 that they introduced a counselor in the school for the first time in that
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
But no one went to see that counselor.
Yeah.
Only the ones who went.
You
Mixed
can't be
schools,
seen to
by
be
the
the
way.
Yeah, it was a mixed
Mixed
school.
up?
The only people who went were for relationship issues because they were like, you know what? They broke up with me or they did what? But like no one actually saw a use for a counselor. That's why anyone who went there, I think there's those few people like, oh, she's having issues with her parents, she's always crying, she's seeing a counselor,
Yeah.
would always be like,
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah.
But now, years later, someone tells you you're in therapy, you're like, okay, that's actually cool.
Yeah.
Without even asking you what's wrong,
Yeah.
I'm happy you're actually
Yeah.
putting in the steps
Yeah.
to actually see someone. If there's
Yeah.
anything wrong, you're trying to fix it.
But Allan, this is the first positive thing that I've ever heard you say.
Because Joel went negative.
No.
Hey, wait, hold on. Hold on.
You went to a school where you had a counselor.
Yes.
No, but did you hear the point I
Then
said?
they came in S5.
When we were there from P1 all those years, the counselor came when
But
senior
they
5.
did, at
We
least,
wish we
yeah.
got that counselor.
Yeah, I
in
did. We
P4.
didn't have. And
We didn't
I was
have counselors,
in
yeah.
a good, really good school.
Would have
Like,
liked-
I think-
Yeah.
we didn't have a
No,
counselor.
I think
That's
the owner
what
of
we
the
have.
school saw it like in another school.
That's
and then
what
they were
I
like, let's
mean.
also
Yeah,
get a
that's
counselor.
amazing.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Did you
But-
have?
That's
Did Bodo have a counselor?
amazing. There is no way.
No.
But you know,
to the reverends, to the church.
yeah, that's what I'm about to say. That's what
Always
they'll
the
count as a
church.
counselor.
Always.
We didn't.
But it was also like, because it was a Christian school, so
That's
also
what I
the
mean.
counselling
But your
was
problems are not
ABC.
all Christian.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
would always think when there's a problem with you, it's the devil working.
Yeah.
That's they would bring for us guys to cast out demons.
Yeah.
That's what we had in our school,
Yeah.
casting out of demons. And I see the girls here, we work with them.
You're like, "Mukubwa demon ya kuvaa
I'm just like,
nguo."
the demon, it
Yeah.
can't out.
Yeah.
Those were fun
No,
girls.
but Pumla, to your
I-
point
yeah.
about you having a certain box that's locked,
Yeah.
my hope for you is that you find the right person in terms of what.
If I do, I will.
Because the
play with
right
fire,
therapy,
man. I can't
right?
open
The
my
right
boxes.
therapy is extremely liberating. Extremely,
sure. I'm
extremely
sure it
liberating,
is.
and it's not even in every
sure
session
it
because
is.
actually, what my last therapist told me, she was like, therapy is about exploring, because for many of the things, you know those things where you can come and explain and you're like, it was trauma, it was what. She's like, for many of the things, there are so many things that you do that you cannot even identify.
It's
Yeah.
You
unconscious
cannot
to you.
It's
Yeah.
very unconscious. So for us to get to a point where you're like, oh my god, this is the reason. She's like, it can even take 8 sessions. Banage, we are looking, we explore this side, we're like, okay,
We're
no, it
here,
wasn't.
we
Then
are
we go
there,
there,
we are-
then we go here, then we go.
Yeah.
But then when you find the thing and then you explore it, their sessions have come out and I'm like, oh my god, like you cannot believe. And now it explains it, and now it's like you're free. So it's just the tools and the time
And the right
explore
time, for me it's a lot to do with the right time, and I don't feel that I'm at that
there
time.
yet.
So when that time comes, because there are things I've processed, and I've really like literally displaced them, put them in the back, and then come back later too. But this particular box, and let me tell you, I have seen people like try to unbox those boxes, and now when they are in the kavuyo, now they are projecting on all of you. They don't know how to deal with themselves.
The path to healing goes through pain.
Like they are the pain they are going through. Because that it's imagine you've just discovered, and then now your therapy session is over.
And you're going back to work.
Now you're going back to work. Now it's that freedom doesn't come in that session where they've just unlocked the books. They've opened, and now you've seen
the wound is raw.
The wound is open. It is raw, and now you're dealing with human beings. You're a human being yourself. You go to places, before you know it, someone has what had you for nothing because they are. I'm not in that time or space.
They said hi facto until you found out you have
time or space. And I've seen some people like that. I've seen people like that, and they are going through counseling and therapy, and I've seen myself be a victim of what they are going through. And I'm just like,
maybe anyway, the therapist that I clicked with the most is extremely gentle. You understand? Like it's like they use the tools. They have tools, but there's a way in which they gently. You understand? Even when you find out something extremely shocking, she has brought you gently. You get it. Like by the time, so I never ever feel. And there are times when she's going to, she's like, Primah, this is going to be extremely uncomfortable.
Okay.
And I don't feel like I don't usually push. But I'm going to push because I feel like you're avoiding something. So is it okay for me to push? So both of us are ready. You understand? Also, you get so by the time it comes out. And then we explore it, then I'm dodging, then I'm fighting my things, and then she's like, okay, now let's continue. You get, so it's also, they can bring you gently, but it's that thing where someone went, they did a certificate for 6 months, and now they've become a therapist, now they have just...
Was it easy for you to be honest? I think that will be the hardest thing for me. To actually be honest.
Honest with yourself.
I can even be honest on the news. And MTV at 9. Honesty is doing now. So
too honest.
Okay, so now we've rounded up. I think we generally agree that there is some progress. But now what? There is a where the progress stops could what is the word? Could progress, the path of progression could be.
We need to keep going.
Where that woman who has just left and found something. In my version,
that is
we are raw.
That is it.
Because when I read these numbers, how can 80% of the women have a mentor? Like I read that, and then I combine it with our generation. You know what I mean? And the generation is largely young. So I'm like, who are these people? It's us. And part of mental illness, by the way, is denial. And when you're getting better, you first have to go through that pain. You first to go leaving Egypt. Let me talk to the Christians. Leaving Egypt, you have to first go to the desert before you get to the promised land. So yes, we're out of Egypt, but we're in the desert. And again, the desert saying, let's go back to Egypt.
Okay. Now I want to know, like, so again, we've talked about these phrases: protecting my peace. I'm on a healing journey. I don't have the capacity. At what point do we decide
be weaponized
that this really is healing? Because let's be honest, I'm protecting my peace. I'm protecting my peace. I'm protecting my mental energy. It's valid, you know. But at what point is it that? And at what point does it cross over to? I'm avoiding difficult conversations and accountability. I want to tell you a story. I wish all of you could share some stories. I want to share a story that for me, I'm sure I was protecting my peace. I don't know if I was protecting my peace. Anyway, let me just tell the story, then you can decide what was happening. So I have a very, very close friend of mine, top tier. You know how for me, tier my friends, I have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So I have like top tier, close friends. So I have a friend, very close friend. We've known each other for a very long time.
Is it?
Let's go.
Auntie, we are dropping names today.
This is how we never
now.
Question.
We don't need to. Where we stop is where we stop.
It's tradition.
So I only found out that she was pregnant. I found out she was pregnant on the streets. And this was like 8 months in.
But top tier, you hadn't seen about 8 months?
Top tier. I'm coming. I'm coming. And I only got to know from her that day she gave birth.
It's this one who just gave
Top
birth.
tier. I have
Are you
like
saying
3
where
who
I
just
am?
recently
Yeah, I
gave
know,
birth.
that's
But one of them.
I'm not on
I have like 3 who recently gave birth, but one of them.
Yeah.
So when I found out, and we were in a WhatsApp group. So yes, I saw her and we talked, we discussed. We used to chat, we used to talk. But in the physically, 5 months, she carries small.
Yeah.
She's not her first pregnancy. She carries small and she's small. Continue sorting.
Yeah. You can
continue
see,
sorting.
in my head, I'm like, it's
So
not
I
the
didn't
one
speak to
thought.
her. I didn't see her. I continued having conversations with her, talking to her, but I didn't see her for the last 4 months of her pregnancy. Physically, I didn't see her. So when I heard on the street, like in the 8th month, I was like, that's not possible. But people were sure.
Yeah.
And these are not like my core friends.
Yeah.
These are like other guys. So I was like,
Top-
I'm
tier
not
5
going-
new.
No,
Are you tier 1?
No, tier 1. These are tier 1
other
also,
tier 1
but a
new.
different group
Yeah,
of
okay.
tier 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Because my tier 1, I have like 3 tier
Yeah,
1 groups.
yeah,
So
yeah.
a different group. But I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
We're not discussing friendship.
Yeah, so I let it go. When now it was her to say, I sent her, I said, no. So now our close group discusses it for the first time on the WhatsApp group the day before she gave birth. And is saying things like everybody else knew. So that their conversations are like, and yeah, so I found out in the 7th month, it came as like, I would have known you guys brushed it off. I don't like to talk about my other tiers in different tiers.
Yeah.
So it really left my mind as soon as that conversation ended.
Yeah.
Now the day before she gave birth, we are talking, people asking her, do you have your suitcase ready? Are you? Whatever. So these tier 1 people have another WhatsApp group that involves a larger group.
Yeah, which you're not on.
Which I'm not part of, because again, I compartmentalize.
Yeah.
Right? So for them, that's where they were having those conversations. Yeah. But for some reason, it was brought here. Yeah. So this is in hindsight. This is the conversation I'm wondering about. That how we're discussing this on this group for the first time the day before. So now they're telling me, no, we talk about it all the time, but on the other group.
Yeah. Dear, you needed to protect your peace.
I said, so
what
I was
is
like,
the word?
Okay. So she gave birth. So that day she gave birth, of course she posted on this group.
Yeah.
The child, baby, what. Okay. I said, let me give her 1 month because she's still breastfeeding. She's in hospital, I called her. I said, is this really happening? Like what? I talked to her like she hadn't told me.
Yeah.
Then I said, I don't think I have the language for this.
Yeah.
Without being really disrespectful or rude. Let me write it down and iron out.
Until you're a writer.
I'm a writer.
Yeah.
Until I feel like it is somebody else. Because even I'm also part of self-awareness. I know my truth can be brutal.
Yeah.
So I'm always working on my delivery.
Okay.
Like I'm honest.
Yeah.
But you can be honest with kindly.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be brutal. So it's like I don't have to deliver this in a brutal way. So I wrote and I told her, you know what, X? 2 things have happened here. 1, I only found out you were pregnant the day before. From you, that day is when I found out. We are top tier friends.
Yeah.
So I feel like 2 things have happened here. Number 1, either our conversations are too shallow for top tier people. That's 1. 2, actually there were like 4 things. Or by the time you're not telling me something
there's a mismatch.
like this, there's a problem. Like we talk, like we have conversations. For you not to bring up something that leads me to saying, oh, the baby, oh, you're pregnant, it means you decided not to. It was a decision you had made. To be fair, her last baby daddy was too problematic. And of course for me, problematic baby daddy is I am standing and I'm asking you, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I didn't favor her current baby daddy.
Yeah.
Equally or worse.
Yeah.
So I felt
actually,
like
I was about to ask you what were the
afraid.
circumstances of
she
that
might have been
pregnancy,
afraid. I was like, this was intentional. So that communicates to me that, is this a friendship?
Yeah.
And I'm not accusing you. I'm saying, even me who you fear, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, how is that I'm that person to you, that you have a friend that you cannot tell something so personal, that you can't even communicate, that you're so, if that's really what's happening, or we're just, and even there's no conversation of depth that I brought up with you that would make you bring this up. like, this doesn't make sense to me. I even told her there's a bar I usually go to in her neighborhood. And I told her, by the way, I'm here in Tinder on your neighborhood. If you're aware, you can continue taking. Yeah. If you're aware, and this was like in 6th or 7th month.
Yeah.
Like in 7th month.
Yeah.
If you're around, I'm meeting some people, but I can be there an hour earlier. We can have a drink or whatever. And she said, no, I'm not actually around today. I was like, I'm just confused by. So I said, okay, this is my analysis, and what I have decided today is to downgrade our friendship. Ooh. So that we don't have expectations, top tier expectations of each other. So that I don't feel a certain kind of way if you don't behave a certain kind of way, or if you behave a certain kind of way to me. And also use that you don't feel a certain kind of way if I move a certain kind of way. If I'm inviting people to my home and I don't invite you, don't, it's coward, you know. So now you can also look through the people I didn't invite to my home when you came. So
all the people I thought were there, out.
So for me, it wasn't even protecting my peace. It was just coming to a realization.
Also, the friendship has been downgraded.
Yeah, the friendship has been downgraded.
Did you get an explanation?
She insists that she forgot.
You can't.
Yeah, like that could be of, you didn't tell me you were married, and then the man says, I forgot. Me, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
That's literally how the conversation went.
Yeah.
And apology, upon apology.
Yeah.
But I know my friend, that's how she is.
Yeah.
Like, she would rather avoid.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, let me wait. She'll find out one day, and then I can say, she forgot. I can say something. I'll explain it away when it comes to me, but I'm not saying it now.
And on your side, you're thinking, one, that's how she responded, either with fear or for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yet that's not, you feel like you should be honest and be able to speak.
Yeah.
And at no point in your engagements did you say something that caused her to have to lie?
No. So I think it's precedence that caused her to lie. Because I was very outspoken about her baby daddy.
Yeah, so she feared to tell you.
That she just said, I forgot.
It's like I brought it up with this guy.
And she said, no. She said, no. Pumla, how can you even say that? We are very good friends. How can you even say that? I'm afraid of you. No, that can't be possible. I really honestly forgot. I just didn't come up in the conversations. No. I didn't think there was. I actually thought I had told. No. She said, I'm sure I told you. That's what she said. She said she told me. Yeah. I said, can I? And then I asked her, then what did I say? After you told me. Of course, nothing.
That one was worth the downgrade.
Yeah, so I did downgrade to tier 5, not to tier 2.
So Pumla, I want to bring this back to mental health.
Yeah.
So
my issue here is that. So I'm now trying to bring it back to. I would feel like somebody in my situation would want to avoid having the difficult conversation, but for me, I had the difficult conversation.
Yeah.
We literally had the difficult conversation.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are people where that happens and then they just ghost.
Yeah.
Or they go quiet. Or they don't want to, there's no real, they don't want to have that conversation because now they don't know how
they're protecting their peace.
They're protecting their peace. They'll use that word that I'm protecting my peace. I don't have the capacity to deal with someone like that, but they've not had that conversation. Yeah. So for me, it was just like I went, and you know what? I also told this, I explained this thing to my in therapy, and she had already had a checklist and said, I was waiting, because of the way you talk, I was waiting to show you your problems. But you've ticked all the boxes of what you need when you're going to have a conversation. The conversation, you have to explain how you feel, how the person made you feel, what the actions were. Not even after telling how they feel, you say, what were the actions that I feel like you did? And then you also have to say, for me, what I think you did. And then allow the other person to say, for them, what their truth was, and then decide. Yeah. Is their truth and what your feelings were mismatched? Like, is their truth correcting like your untruth, but it didn't.
They didn't for you, so you removed. So you acted.
So then after you acted on
the information
that you had got. So for you, what do you feel that when people are saying, I'm protecting my peace, are they having conversations? Or they're just protecting their peace? Or should they? Actually, maybe the question even is like, should people always have? Are they necessary? Should we have these conversations?
If she was tier 4,
I wouldn't be hard. I would ignore it. This is true. This is true.
It's not.
It was tier 4 we are not having.
I think that Chris Rock said, you only have so many facts to give.
Yeah.
And so you have to distribute them carefully. You can't just keep, you can't just keep giving. And what you're saying of like, you're giving more than this person is giving back to you. It's supposed to be a mutual thing. At that point,
That's
But sometimes to accept the truth of this is the reality, which is where the example I was going to give is the one of this person who found out her guy is cheating on her. She got the relief of, I'm not crazy. But she can't have the confrontation of like, because she had been saying, if I find out it's true, I'm leaving.
But she's not left. She's struggling with
But
it.
when I said earlier, it's easier to leave at 2 year than at
Than
12.
at 12. That's true.
So I'm not giving the
This is
numbers, those
true.
are just random numbers.
Yeah.
It's like
But
now
this is
what
true.
you're going to throw away. She's like, I'm going to rip this entire thing. Can I live with this information?
How long has it been between her awareness of it? And
Maybe like 6 months now.
is that
Because
few? I
there
don't
was
know.
the
Or many?
holiday.
Is that a lot or many? Or few? That's a lot, eh? For her to still be in struggle.
So that means
6
you've had
months
the
is a lot.
holidays together, you've done
You guys who have been married for a long time, for me that's a lot.
What's
You guys who have been
a lot?
married for a while, it's
Well,
a
they've
lot.
been married for a while, but like she's known now.
She's
Like,
known
been
for 6
confirmed
months.
6 months. About 6 months.
As in, I'm trying to decide
Yeah.
when is the point when
not
you
a long
are you-
time. Me,
It's not a long time. It's not a long time.
But
Okay.
now imagine 6 months you've known.
Yeah, I don't
but
think it's a
you
long time
didn't
depending on
start
if we like what Joel is saying. Like if you've been together for 2 years, 6
Yeah.
months is a
That's
lot.
a lot.
Yeah. But if you've
I'm
been
saying if
together
you've been
for 12 years, 10 years.
It might be. It's
not a
not
lot.
too much.
Now
Yeah,
when
I think
about
it's.
like that
You
example-
still think it's a lot? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For someone you see every day, talk to
it's a
every day,
lot.
Their laughs, their
Every day you see
meals,
them
their
laughing,
treats.
like the moment, like, and then they went through Christmas. Like, to me, it has to do something to you to every day see somebody and know you want to say something to them and know they've betrayed you in some way.
Have
but
they
you
had
can't bring it
conversations?
up.
Hey, they're not bringing it up.
She brought it up the first time with a big fight, but you know
Hey.
the things of everyone throws their missiles and now we are done. Of their justifications on that side, where let's say I've come to you and say, how could you have cheated? You're the bad person.
Okay,
The
6,
person
I've changed
says,
my mind.
"Let
It's
me
a
give
lot."
you
Okay, that's
all the
oh no!
reasons."
I thought that they had
changed.
discussions and maybe the guy had acknowledged and he had
Hey,
apologized
yeah,
and they're working
yeah,
through
no,
it.
I think, to your point, that confrontation is yet to happen.
Okay.
And what I got from that story is she spoke to her mom, and her mom said, there's a reason some of us just kept quiet with the things that we knew. Because when I look at the cost of it, it's this. And she said to her, but you have the option. However, your option comes with there's the social pressure of
so
you
the
in a certain
consequences.
group. People see you as this, like, oh, you're divorced. Like, there's still that stigma.
There is, it's
There's
there.
still that,
It
oh,
is.
my children now are going
It
to be
is.
split. And
is.
like, so she's weighing all those decisions and saying, am I willing to confront that? Or am I going to try and live with this guy and say he wronged me, but I'm going to fix it? And this is someone, the reason I'm bringing this up is she used to be like, immediately there's any
Or this
kind
person.
of cheating, I'm out. Like, that's how she declared herself. So there's also that now reality came in of how do you live with a life that you never planned for.
Yeah.
So I think at that point, even going to
leave
therapy,
Uganda.
it's hard to go.
You leave Uganda.
No, but are we assuming?
So no, I'm just
there's
saying
no
for this
conversation
scenario.
in between.
No, the conversations have
what
been
I'm
happening.
confused
They've been happening,
about.
but they're not addressing it. You know, there's a different thing of I have a problem with you, and it takes months. Every couple can
Yeah.
work through something
Yeah.
for months, but you feel like you're progressing towards something.
Okay.
This is every time we touch this topic, fire, but everything else is working.
And let me
So
put
they
this
go,
guy on
should I mess
loudspeaker
everything
because
else?
every time he calls me, I'm so busy. Mark, I'm so busy. But I'm in the middle of a podcast.
It's true.
In the middle of a podcast. My day you won't believe.
I can imagine. I can only imagine.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I can only
We finish in
imagine.
exactly 30 minutes. Can I call you?
We'll talk later. Yeah, please.
Darling.
Bye, Mark.
Go on.
Yeah, so I think that's what I meant in terms of maybe today I'm going to be the one who says the thing of you, I think, represent the people who've gone through the journey. To some extent, you had the right person, you had the right social group to help you get to that point. So the healing work was in an environment that allowed you to get there. Now, Hash is living in her home. That's where the environment that is cutting her is, but that's also where she has to be, because if I pull this thing away, everyone's lives get affected. So she knows what she has to do. She's aware. So
Yeah,
I remember
but
distinctly her
she's not
saying,
doing the
I
work."
wish I didn't know. Because before she was like, I suspect and I want to find out.
And then she
And when
found
she went
out.
to the therapist the first time, right? This is as much as I can give.
Yeah.
I had to ask
You
the
said her
person.
name is what?
I can't give the name.
We
I'm
don't
even
know.
sure this is the right gender. I've done it enough such that it's
Oh, that's nice.
but
Okay.
yeah, because
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
be too much. So
Okay.
the therapist, this one was the real therapist, saying that just because your
It's a
paranoia is justified, you found a reason for it, doesn't excuse the fact that you're being paranoid.
Just because
you're paranoia, like if I say the government is listening to me, those guys, the government.
And then I find out the
these
government
guys,
is
and then you
listening.
find out the government is listening to you.
Uh-huh.
Those two facts don't necessarily correlate. You could have been acting paranoid and you fail on the fact that the government has now been.
Yeah.
So what you are saying is your problem is your paranoia, because even when they spoke to the partner is saying, you're always asking me questions. That what she thought was just suspicion had come through action and cautiously. Where have you been? What are you doing? Now this guy was like, do you know when you started those questions is when
it's possible.
So now she's feeling this thing of, did I cause the thing? But really he's the one who did the action, because anyone who does something as an adult.
Yeah.
But there's this entanglement of my paranoia, my asking the questions from his side is, you drove me to this because of your behavior. Now what she's saying is she didn't see it. Yet people otherwise I've also started confirming, like, you used to try to mark that guy. He used to act like he was the thief. He would come checking in, I'm here, and you guys were cheating. I'm like, you were checking in so much, why you need a visa all the time?
Now that's reminding me today I checked in.
Checking in is good.
I'm always checking in,
Yeah, but if you both want to. But for this guy, it's like
Allan
you don't
said
trust
them,
me.
they don't check in, they find each other at home.
We check in all the time.
They see you on the show.
You guys, me, I love checking in is great.
Yeah.
Which says something about the relationship.
What's happening here on the sidelines? You guys, more Kwana in the background.
No, they're also fans of the show. So when they see things of like, you check in, they point at each
You
other.
guys, we need you here.
They're enjoying. You at work.
If you start a relationship, tell us in advance.
The only
Give you the sign,
relationship
HR.
We can't have therapy on the show
is
for.
with Pumla never. That's saying way.
Yeah, this one is okay. I'll manage.
It's getting warm over
Between the
there.
people in the background,
Those are
encourage.
other mothers.
We don't encourage. Hey, okay.
A lot of things have been said today.
So Pumla, my
Okay.
issue on this question, especially about boundaries, I was looking for an example, but I found that people in setting boundaries, and it's that thing when you actually called yourself out in terms of I must deliver well, I find that people set boundaries so meanly.
Rigidly.
It's rigid, but
You
it's
put
also
a wall,
mean.
not a bridge.
Yeah. It's okay. You set the boundary, but be kind about it and deliver it in. You understand the people who said, but I'm looking for,
agree.
but I've experienced it so many times.
I agree.
And I've found it extremely. The only
I've
example
experienced it as well.
the only example that comes to me is a really good friend of mine. I'm sure she didn't watch, but then a really good friend of mine. I remember that we were always together, in school, and then one time and she was slightly older, maybe like 4 years older than me or something like that. So one time we meet in a party, and I don't know why she didn't like to be touched, right? Or to be. So I remember I hadn't, so I went and then I held her face. Yeah, I just held her face. I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in such a long time. She's like, never do that to me. I don't like
right in the moment.
In the moment, she dried me so much. I was like, madam. And so she was like, no, she had this thing of I don't like it when people touch my face, and I do not appreciate it when you come to me and I don't know what. She dried me.
That's the one you're saying did it nicely?
No, she didn't do it well. She didn't.
Okay.
No.
She was valid, but the way she did it.
She did it so. She doesn't like to be
Terrible.
touched. She didn't like to, but she did it so meanly, and it was. So for me, it just like she did it so meanly, and I appreciated that it's her boundary, right? But I'm like, deliver it well. If you don't like to be touched, it's okay. Tell me, But and that is a very slight example. There are people who set boundaries, even trying to set boundaries at work. That stuff of, let's say there are guys who are, maybe there's a guy at work and he's just too friendly for your liking. You can set that boundary nicely. You can set it in you don't have to be hostile always, or you don't have to be mean.
Especially if they didn't
for me,
know.
that's always, even as you do the work and you realize this treats me a certain way, be kind in how you. Be kind in how you.
Yeah, and also because people have been through the work for a while, it's like how for you've been through, maybe you're doing some self-work, and maybe it's taken you like a year to heal. Now you're a different version of yourself after a year. And now you're presenting yourself
as we're used to the other one.
Then you start saying, but you people, you want me, you're taking it like I no longer live here anymore. That was in my past. But you've not introduced us.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
But now this is
Bitters.
Yeah.
Instead of accusing me of
Yeah.
trying to keep you as your past self.
I
Just
agree.
explain
What's
to
the thing?
me.
All these haters I have
Yeah.
around me now.
Yeah.
Instead of letting me go, Alan, what do you think? Yeah. Alan, do you have stories where you've ghosted people?
Ghosted people.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I also went through a similar thing with you. Someone who was close to me, who was pregnant.
It's a woman.
And refused to
I know
share.
who you're
You know who I'm
I
talking
think we all
about?
know.
She's in the room with
She's
us.
in the room with us. And she hid it so well.
It had
First of all,
to.
she even hid her marriage.
Yeah.
She asked me for leave,
Yeah.
saying, she on this day book it for me, I have a personal thing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, how much time? Like 4 days. I was like, which kind of personal thing is this 4 days? Like, yes. So, but yet, it was the wedding. Yeah,
Now I can get away with murder.
yeah, it was the wedding, and she didn't
Oh my
invite me
God.
because maybe she
Oh
thought
my
she.
God.
No, but the thing is like, I think with her I talk and we have
okay.
conversations. Like,
Yeah.
what? She's like, I actually didn't think you would want.
That's
to
where it's hurt
come.
the
Oh,
most.
actually, no. The valid thing is she knew I already had plans on
No,
that
it's not
day.
valid.
No, she knew I had another wedding on that day, which I talked about.
It's not
Because it was a
valid.
destination, right? And then she was like, I didn't want to tell you because I knew you already made plans and you are not going to attend. Okay, but now the one of when she was pregnant, because I have this fatherly thing kind of
Yeah.
with her, right? So I was so hurt of like, how come you didn't tell me? How come you didn't know?
Yeah.
Mostly because I also know she just recently lost her dad. There was no one
At
else
the
who she could do
time.
things with. So I was coming from that point of I should have known. And also, we work on it together with you.
Thank you for
ABCD. But guess what? Do you know what she said that shocked me? That made me realize it's a bigger problem. It's like, okay, I'm sorry I didn't tell you. But you know, so I haven't told my mother.
Oh, you're like, it's okay.
That's when I was like, you know what?
I know my place.
Problem.
It's a yeah, that point.
to do
I
with
was like, yeah,
You
it's
have a therapy. It's
problem.
okay.
it's
Yeah,
not
it's
me,
okay.
it's a general thing, so let's now deal with the general thing. So we came up with a plan of how to tell her mom, but she just doesn't like
As a
people.
person.
She's been so independent for a long time,
Okay.
and she realizes this news, as much as it's good, people are not going to be checking on me all the time. You're calling
gonna
me,
be too much.
yeah, too much. So like, I kind of realized, and we're working through it, but yeah.
You're her counselor,
Expectations.
your therapist, you're her counselor.
Not her counselor,
And
just
you're
her
working
friend.
through
Her
it.
friend, working through it as
Oh, as friends.
friends.
Okay. Are you doing better? You are.
Can they hear?
No.
Okay. Anyway, guys, she says she's doing better,
Yeah,
and that she'll explain
but-
to us after the show.
But my story would be with someone who I thought was my best friend. Thought was. Because we
Therapy session.
grew up together.
Yeah.
We're in the same class from P1 to senior 6. Okay.
In that
He-
school,
He
where
he
my
didn't
husband
reach-
came in S5.
He didn't.
You know the rest of us are like S5. He's like senior 2.
He always says that.
Senior 5. Always senior 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
Secondary
never
six.
noticed.
And secondary 6. S5. S5.
Why?
So we didn't even reach senior 6 together because he repeated senior 5. So I left him.
I've never noticed.
It kills me, by the way. Last show I just decided to keep quiet, but this
Really? That's how I've
senior
always-
2, senior 3. But Wama, you are in senior
That's how I've
6.
always said it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but for me, I thought we were friends because we knew each other for a very long time. And I'd always brag and be like, yeah, that's my friend. Because
my
we were
bestie.
together. And then we started getting distant. If we live in the same area, but also that made the friendship stronger. Because always we used to brag and say, we don't need to see each other all the time. But when we meet, even after 2 years, we meet and we start from where we left off. And I used to think that was like a cool thing. Until I met actually people who became my friends and I understood what actually friendship is and all the thing, all that stuff. Then now I reached a point whereby for him he kept doing the thing where he would disappear and then show up and then act like we are this.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to want to, do I ever bring this up and tell him, oh, by the way, I don't think you've been a very good friend to me. I don't think we've been friends. So I try to reach out to you. You're unavailable, but for you, when you're available, you show up and you want this. When you need something, you reach out, you call me. And it took me a while, I think like 3 years. And eventually I was like, okay. I sat him down and
You did
had
it.
the
3
conversation.
years. Oh, 3 years
But
of
they are
this.
married.
Yeah, because we would meet him like only
Yeah.
like 6 times in those 3 years.
Our fathers
Yeah,
are still
true,
not
true,
standard
true.
to tell their ways.
Then I was very open with like, oh, by the way, I know we have done this thing for a while where we
Like
think
3 minutes.
we are close. Like, and I've actually called you my best friend. But I reached the point where I have struggled with that because I actually can't say this anymore because I never see you, we never talk. You've never come to see any of my children, like intentionally in that way. Like you just pass by and kick in and do all these things and stuff like that. And also not in a way that's bad,
So
because he also
proud of
doesn't
you.
have that.
Men.
As a man.
As a
Yeah,
man,
yeah, but
yes.
also like he doesn't also have that with
Because
us.
as a
He's
man-
just-
Man, have you watched
Why
that?
are you- I hate it
I love it so much. As a man, why are you
That as
having
a man
that?
Why are you sitting in, especially the passenger
but
seat?
yeah, but where that came from is because
Why are you
other
eating?
men,
Why are you laughing?
other men,
Okay, some are funny, but some of them are just
yeah, because other men actually intentionally told me that I'm their friend, and that meant they showed that. That's why I felt like I had to also transfer
Okay.
Well
the
done,
thing to him.
Allan.
And yeah, we did. And it was
how
like
did
watering
that-
the stone because nothing changed.
Yeah.
But I'm still glad that at
Oh,
least
so
I
that's when
brought
you
it up.
realized
Yes, I'm glad I
that,
brought it up.
oh, this is
and we
not-
talked, and now I actually don't have that high expectations of
Expectations.
this, that.
Okay.
It's just like, oh yeah, it's a guy, but I can't use that.
Is that how best friendships change?
Yeah, I think so. If you guys grow too far apart,
Like one person has to realize
yeah,
before the other.
Yeah.
It's rare that both go. I know.
Okay. Okay, and maybe, okay, so just to close, how would you know or separate the difference between hiding and healing?
Transformation.
What does that look like?
Transformation looks like I know that I am triggered by rules and regulations because I grew up in a very dictatorial home.
Okay.
I had that conversation this week with some friend of mine at work who is the biggest rules follower in life. But she was just telling me about her season in her life when she was so difficult and so rebellious because her dad was so tough.
Yes.
She's like, man, she smoked. Like when she tells me the stories, I cannot believe, right? I'm like, and me, I'm like, I would have been exactly that person, but I was reined in by religion.
Her rebellion was smoking.
Smoking, drinking.
But that time,
she
what?
was
That's
like
rebellion.
those days. She's like, weed, what? As in, she was like from a very dictatorial.
A girl?
Yeah.
Oh, as in when she was in his house.
No. Not
As
like
an
when
adult?
She, like campus. Like when she
So it
tested
followed her.
Yeah.
I was just trying to say, did it follow her when she had left the home?
Yeah, like when she had just
Okay.
said testing freedom, now she will, you know. So now, for example, my transformation point is that because I know that I am triggered,
Clear. I have to give the mental picture.
because I know that I'm
Got you,
triggered
got
by
you.
rules and regulations, right? It means that, and I don't have to resolve it, but I know that
You're aware of
I
it.
can tell when rebellion is kicking in for me, right? As soon as you say we must do something, I'm like, we will not. I can even cause unnecessary chaos. Even just, you understand, like, we're organizing a trip and then someone is there being tough. I'm like, I just disorganize them because they're giving us rules and regulations, right? So for me, just as soon as something like when the awareness comes in, I rein myself in.
Got
So
you.
sometimes I'm like,
Got
hold
you.
it back, or sometimes I'm like,
Got
it's
you.
okay. This person doesn't. You understand? So it's just
Got
to
you.
I pause. It's that pause I think that we've talked about on the show. So within that pause, I determine whether, if I'm able to pause and determine whether or not to proceed or not, then
That's
we know that's
transformation.
transformation.
I agree,
Healing is not we are
100%.
kawa, but we are able to.
Must be some positive
Take
change.
Yeah, some positive.
Actionable change.
Yeah. For me, that's my.
Yeah, Joe?
I think when hiding is when you're avoiding the thing that hurts you. But healing is you find ways to, even if it's tough, you have the conversation, even if it's you're pushing through, which is why I think healing hurts more than hiding.
Yeah.
Hiding feels safe.
Oh, yeah.
So you can just say, I'm doing the healing journey, and you can use that narrative to paint yourself as someone who's healing, but you're hiding. And then someone who's actually healing won't maybe even talk too much about it, will show up in their actions.
Yeah,
Because the actions will change. I think you just, other people will notice.
Yeah.
It's the same way people say, that guy is no longer chaotic, or that guy is no longer. Because I think other people, your friends, which is why I think, for me, I think women do better at therapy just because of the socialization of you guys speak to
okay,
each other.
we
Your
speak,
friendships speak about things. Us, we isolate, so you can't know.
Yeah.
You think you're being stoic, kumbe you're stressing your friends. Those things.
Yeah. Okay. Allan?
Yeah, I want to bring in mind, but also kind of switch it up a bit.
Okay.
Because we've all talked about like us who are healing from something that what happened to us, right? But there's also a group of people who are the reason why other people need to heal.
Come
How many people are in therapy
Where
because
other
of
people
you?
have to
Yeah, there are
be-
those whereby you're the one who was actually who caused
that
all this
toxic one.
toxicity, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
one of
that
and one of the simplest. I'm going to go like Joel and get into religion. One of the easiest.
You're going to go like
scriptures-
Joel and get into religion or philosophy?
religion.
He just this time he came
Scripture,
religious. He
yeah,
said some
Moses
scripture
and
here,
stuff.
small
Yeah,
Egypt.
so that thing of
Moses.
I never understood the scripture deeply. That thing of like the truth will set you free.
Yeah.
because you'll be thinking, and then these days we switch it because of Paul, because Jesus is the truth, and you're with Jesus, he will set you free. But that thing of the fact that you did this, you did something wrong, and you went and repented to God alone. And then you'll be thinking like that's enough, right? So that's the same thing of like you could go to therapy and you are doing this, and then you want to get whatever that word is from that,
like correct your
or something. Yes,
redemption.
Redemption by just saying
without just say I'm sorry and be sorry in your heart.
So for those whereby you're the one who actually caused the harm to people, just your healing could just be going and talking to those people and actually open up and be like, I was an ass.
But again, there's a guy's name I want to say. There's a guy. I can't say his. You guys. There's a guy who ghosted me before ghosting became bad. You people.
Before social media, he ran away from you. Where does he work?
You know yourself. By the way, even if I just say where
Tell us about just tell us the thing.
I'm starting to.
Sorry, we have closed.
I'm
but
starting to they triangulate for me.
The other guy, I met him at LDC. So I'm there, I'm as if in the middle. What? Somebody is not saying anything. We are there as if you know our drama. We are. So I'm there. I'm like I'm open. So
you're available.
I'm available. Now one of our friends there, who amongst the first people to get married. We're organizing her wedding. Start thinking. We're organizing. I'm more involved in her things. Even her guy's friend is more involved. Guy's friend Namula Vanengamba. He looked hot, dope nice guy. I felt nengweri. So I fall for a guy. Suddenly there is interest. And remember, we're at LDC. This is a guy who has been working for I don't know how long. And you know how they can excite you. They drive to come and see you at Nana. They what? So now Kugamba, things are progressing quickly. Things are progressing quickly. For like 2 months they have forgotten Chamba Day. I'm like, never someone I don't want to know. I'm here with this other guy. We are in love of the other side. You guys, we would just every day. Now talking all the time, always coming to my room, always, like in my head I'm like, we are progressing. So I remember some week he had exams. It's like I had exams, you know us. And you know us of zero experience. Auntie, I remember myself. Yeah, as in mommy, we need uniform. Like he has exams. I'm like, babe, are you a one? Are you a one? Have you eaten? Have you na? Kwegamba me and his mother same. I know. You understand? Like where you thank you. Like where I
worship leader. This is what you are doing.
Thank you, but I was, you know, it's like his exams like every day. Meanwhile, do I understand what he's doing at UMI? No one knows what he's doing at UMI. We're there at LDC. And I'm like, so then he's like, then today, I think
at
the
time
people was doing
that.
So I'm asking, Banange, I'm being updated every day. Like, you know, when you're in class and you're like, then you look at the time and you're like, the paper has ended. And I was doing exams. You guys, wait. Just know I was in love. Meanwhile, after he finishes these exams, I had, and at the time we met, he told me he was getting out of a relationship. So he would even come, then we talk about that relationship. Then I'm like, maybe that chick over what. Then I'm like, anyway, good riddance to bad rubbish. I'm ready. Garbage. You know.
I'm ready to enter.
2 weeks. Immediately he finished his exam.
I think he's Joe doesn't recognize who this person is.
I think he does.
No, I do.
You know, like he doesn't know.
He
doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, it's changing. It's changing.
Meanwhile, anyone who Kwanga me when I fall. That's why I can never Kwanga they'll catch me.
Yeah, thanks.
Like when I fall, I real fall. So actually, even the people who knew him, they knew he was a bit stray. So I remember like 2 people coming and tell me, Primah, that guy is over what. I'm like, no, you don't know him. He has changed.
You don't know what we have.
You don't know. After his exam, I know after his exams we had LDC Oros. Anyone who knows Oros of LDC here. My friends are even like, Primah man, Oros are coming. Like you're here in this other KB. Like it's serious stuff. You guys, Oros started day 1 Oros, no one has checked on me. I said, am I a tree? Day 2 Oros, no one has checked. I'm like, am I a building? Day 3, you know, as in I knew that. By like
am I a water tank now?
By like Thursday, I'm like, we're going in for criminal. No one has even seen, but now
this
we
is
have
criminal.
a good day. You guys, nothing. By the end of week 1, wow, or it was 1 week or 2 weeks. By the end of week 1, from Monday till Friday, they've not yet checked in on me. On like Saturday, you know how you be silly. I'm like, anyway, let me just do it. I called him. You know how you been. Let me do it. I called, but no, I think they had blocked me.
The phone was not going through.
The phone was not going through. You man.
He has never come back to retreat.
No, you guys, you know when I met him.
Have you ever met him?
No, first of all, I have. No, first of all, let me pass it.
Is he married?
He did. And divorced. Anyway, but Bambi,
Of
sorry
course.
about your divorce. But anyway.
From one divorce.
I need that clip. I just need that clip. I just need that one.
I'm sorry about you.
From one divorce to
He
another.
kept quiet. Let me tell you, for like by the end of the second week, I was like running crazy. I was like, why is this? Why isn't my phone going through? Well, you know when you're looking for the person. Now I called my friend, who was a friend to the thingy. I called her. I'm like, how is life? How is your husband? I'm like, how is it?
The thing.
She's like, Mom, he's there, he's fine. What? Nayanga, I couldn't bring myself to ask properly. You know, he real disappeared. So I told my two friends of LDC. I tell my friend Pachito, Sheila, Mom, it's Sheila, thanks for being there. I tell Sheila, she's like, there's something I call.
Is she related to
no.
to Manuela? No. Okay.
No, so I tell my friend
Manuela, the
Sheila.
first person I had. Patrick.
We quarrel, what. We are annoyed. Then one random day, guys, Sheila, it's so fake. One random day, she calls me, she's like, Primah. She's in Watoto. I was taking a picture of him. She's like, isn't this good?
Nga, he's doing one.
Nga, he's there apologizing for thinking his chick. You know how in Watoto when you see Watoto, saying sorry to the nana. She's like, this would have been you. Allan, we even thank God that it's not. You know that she even has bad shoes. You guys, you know just how we be petty.
On that note, we are sorry.
You guys, they ghosting pains.
Because you feel like
I've
nothing.
had that ghosting pains.
Ghosting
That's never happened to me. I've had that
You can't
ghosting
imagine. I met him
pains.
when I had been married, maybe like 5 years, like properly. We had been married for a
But you
minute.
still felt that.
I met him and he came like nothing ever happened. And I was like, I hadn't seen him ever since that time. I was like, oh my God, so nice to see you. And that's the time I was like, don't pretend like this. It's nice to see me. And I passed. You know how I'm never
Like that
I
chick over
couldn't believe. I was like, don't pretend like nothing happened. And I walked off.
I think in this instance it was valid.
Yeah.
very valid.
Your response
Yeah,
was
don't
valid.
pretend.
I like that
And
you were very honest also.
Yeah. Anyway, ghosting the pain.
I think the worst thing is for a long time you're actually thinking, are they okay? Are they fine? Yeah, it takes you a while to realize it.
Not ghost because what is your story?
Anyway, guys, in this episode, we just wanted. Can you ask yourself introspectively, are you healing? Or are you actually hiding? Yeah. Are you growing? Are you transforming? And are you being kind about it? Are you repenting to the people that you might have hurt? And if so, now you're self-aware. The question is, now what?
Now
what?
Like, what does the growth, the actions of the growth, what do they look like to you? So I think that's where we'll end this episode. We'll leave the questions to you, but we'll just need you, if any of you knows a really good therapist,
Legit.
licensed and legit, not counselors who are going to tell us about Egypt and Moses. Really licensed,
The example landed.
therapists, and different programs who are really good at
All
couples,
kinds of things,
over self-awareness,
Childhood
trauma.
Not like the one who just
I want to plug. There's an
in all the
episode
fields.
of What the Theory where Dr. Achan is on. Just punch in What the Theory, Dr. Achan. I'll put it in the description because she's doing her master's and also works at Tabika. So she gave a lot of information around how to select the people on that episode,
nice.
how you should think about even things you can do if you can't afford therapy, like natural ways, how you can find like
Natural
charlatans, like they're natural, like people exercising, going to church was one of them. Like she actually says to people, no, you don't need to think you have to pay for something. There are actions you can take that can help you depending on where you are. So it's a holistic thing. I think it would be quite good. So I'll link it in there.
I love how you closed that. So that people don't think, because therapy, you have to pay for it. Let's be honest. And if there's natural ways to heal,
why not?
why not? Until next time,
We are
we are PPJA.
J.
Hey.